Hello, welcome back. Hey, how are you? It's Tracy Brinkmann. Welcome to another episode of Your Success at Last DNA. That little bit of oomph to keep you going, a little bit of tips, a little bit of techniques, and a little bit of silliness to make you giggle, make you go, We're talking about goals today, my friend. We're talking about a little bit of soul setting. But before we go there, I want to remind you it's page 15 of your 365-page book. How's it going? I'm going to ask you this all week. How is it going for you this week? How is it going for you so far this year? Are you rocking it? Yeah? All right. That's what I want to hear. You? Not you. You over there? You're not rocking it. Well, that's why you're here, right? You want to get a little bit of oomph, a little bit of power, a little bit of woohoo, a little bit of Tracy Brinkmann craziness. That's why we're here, Monday through Friday, for all my premium members, and for this week, all my free members, to get enjoy it, to get a little of that motivation, to hear some of that Tracy silliness. And I range from silliness to serious, and it's not always goofy like this, but keep listening. I always try to give you the tips. We'll start with the question. On Wednesdays, the question we asked is, what do you want to change? You're halfway through the week. It's hump day. What? It's hump day. But what do you want to change? Right? We started off Monday. We were talking about how you want to feel, right? On Tuesday, we go to how are you using your talents? And then Wednesday, we're talking about what do you want to change? And what a perfect day to ask this question is a day that we're talking about soul setting. So today, as you're thinking about what you want to change, you can pick that number one thing that you want to change in the depths of your soul, and let's make that your number one goal, right? Sounds like a powerful way to go. So here, let's talk about whether you're goal setting for your personal life, or your business life, your health, even your spirituality. Soul setting, your goal setting is really kind of a, let's call it a process. Let's give it a process. It's a process of mapping out some clear, value-based, and we talked about values earlier this week, value-based, concise goals. Not all this willy-nilly, stuff where you're like, oh, I wish I had this and I wish I had that. No, that's not what we're talking about here. See, this is value-based, concise, clear goals. This is the first step to successfully achieving them. I mean, you gotta know where you want to go, because without clear goals, you're probably gonna wind up roaming around, skipping your feet around, shuffling, misdirected, not knowing what you want to achieve. You just kind of, I guess I'll try this. Oh, I'll try that, and this misdirection. Woo, my tongue tripped over my eye teeth. I couldn't see what I was saying. Here's the deal. And when you just don't have your clear goals, that misdirection that I alluded to earlier, it's going to lead you down the wrong path quite often. Some of you will stumble across success even in misdirection. It could lead you to stagnation, where you just kind of do nothing. Got nowhere to go, nothing to do. Yeah, we've had those days, right? Or worse yet, this one to me is the worst. You end up helping someone else achieve their goals while you keep wishing and dreaming. Hey, Tracy, I think you're really good at programming computers. I need you to help me with this program for my business. And I did it. Right? You with me? So that's why we're here today. We're going to talk about soul setting and goal setting. I'm trying not to run to 20, 30 minutes like I have been, but I just got so much stuff I want to tell you. First off is, what are some of the top reasons to set your goals? Yeah? What are they? Go ahead. I'll wait. Oh, you want me to tell you? Okay, let me tell you. They give you a target. Duh. Right? They give you direction. They know, I want to do this. And it's like a homing pigeon. And Brian Tracy tells a great story. You could take a homing pigeon, put him in a cage, wrap the cage in a blanket, put the cage and the blanket in a box, put that box in a container, put that container on the back of a truck, drive that truck in any direction for hundreds of miles. Take the container out, take the box out, unwrap the cage, set the bird free. The bird will go up into the air, circle a few times, and go unerringly back home. They've got that success mechanism. They know what's going on. Goal setting does that for you too. Goals can help you concentrate your effort, and this is huge. You only got so much time, so much energy, so many resources available to you. And you're just wasting them really. Oh, I'm going to try this over here. Oh, let me try this over here. There are always new shiny objects pulling your way. If you've got your goals set, right, you can look at it and say, is that going to get me towards my goal or pull me away from it? And if it's going to pull you away, forget the shiny object and keep moving forward, right? Goals give you motivation. They help you with your persistence. They give you that passion, that oomph. It's all about that why. Why do you want to do it? And you can feel it in your bones. I hope you can feel the energy I got coming through on this. I love this topic. And I think lastly, and almost most importantly, goals provide you with your success atlas, as I like to call it. It gives you that path. It gives you, if you could stand on high and look, I call it a vista view. You stand on the vista and you look down over the landscape of your life, or that will be your life. You can see almost a path. Oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, and that's going to get me there, right? So you need to, having goals gives you that. So, all that's well and good, Tracy. Then why don't people set goals? Well, I'm glad you asked. The reasons are many. But let's talk about a couple of the most important. Many of them don't know the benefits of goal setting. They don't consciously know it. They've known the goal setting. Unconsciously, let's say. They say, I want a new car. And they set their mind to it and they get the new car. I want a new refrigerator. And they set their mind to it and they get a new refrigerator. I want to move to a better apartment. And they set their mind to it and they get the better apartment. But they're not consciously setting goals for that. So they don't know the benefits. So they think, oh, well, whatever. Fear is another big one, right? Now, fear, as we all know, is just an acrostic for false evidence appears real. There are things in your world you're afraid of. And the goal means you're going to have to face something uncomfortable. And if you're not facing something uncomfortable, it's because you're afraid of it, right? There's always an obstacle in your way, otherwise you would have accomplished your goal. Another reasons people don't set goal is they're lacking a good reason. Yeah, I have a good reason to. Yeah, they're not motivated. I'm too busy. You're too busy? You're too busy to plan your life? What's up with that? I've heard of a couple of people say things like, oh, I've tried that goal setting stuff before and it doesn't work. Yeah, you could have. Maybe you didn't set the goals right. You just kind of did it willy-nilly. They look at goal setting as, New Year's resolutions. Huh? Well, where do we start the week with? Yeah. They just kind of say, I'm going to do this. And that's all they do to it. Huh? They don't think about it. They don't think it through. So these are some of the reasons why people don't. But let's go through the soul setting thing. Here's the thing. Before we even start setting our goals, I wanted you to be in the right mindset. And so when you're going to go sit down and write out your goals or work on a goal, the first thing you need to do is get in the right mindset. Don't come home after a bad day at work and say, well, this was a great podcast this morning. I had a poop day at work. Now I'm in a bad mood, but I'm going to try it anyway because Tracy said it's a good thing to do. And you sit down, and with this kind of attitude, you start writing down. Yeah, that's not going to work. All right? I want you to get in the right mindset. Pause for a minute, and break out of whatever ugliness you had in your day, and put a smile on your face. Go for a walk, get some fresh air, play with your kids, play a video game, anything that's going to get you in a good mood. And then go through and start thinking about the things that you have accomplished in your life. Did you graduate high school? All right. Did you graduate kindergarten? Right on. Right? Did you meet that special person and ask them on a date? Doesn't matter whether they said yes or no. Because let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I know many a guy didn't even get to the ask her on a date part. Never understood it. Never understood it. I mean, I was never the best looking guy around, but I always had the courage to walk up to anyone I was attracted to and say, hey, I like you. Would you like to go out? Would you like to dance? Whatever. Yeah, I got shot down. But I also ended up dating a lot of very pretty women. Anyway, moving on. So start going through and thinking about all the things that you have accomplished. And when you start feeling that putting a smile on your face, then we're going to start moving into the CHARTT process. And the CHARTT breaks down into CHARTT. That's two T's, like two N's at the end of Brinkmann. Anyway, C is for choose. H is for help. A is for action. R is review, then you've got time and tenacity. So here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to go through them each one. I'm already 9 minutes into it, so I'm going to keep this brief, okay? The first thing you got to do, this one's easy, this one will be fast, is choose. There it is. Done. Moving on. Choose your goal, okay? Write it down. Write down all the goals you want to choose, and then pick one you want to work on first. There it is. Choose. Done. Now, there's way more to it than that, and I go into it in my ebook and in all the other programs back behind in your successatlast.com in the premium membership area. But I want you to go through this whole process, okay? So choose your goal. H is for help. We're not going to get things done by ourselves. Okay, hold on a second. Let me back up for a second. You can do it by yourself. You can. It'll take a little longer. It'll be a little harder, and you'll make more mistakes. So let's not try and do it that way. Let's find what I call the who-on-to crew, and actually I call it that from Benjamin Franklin's days, and find those people that can help you. There are lots of people that have the knowledge you need, they have the resources you need, and those resources could be anything from money to cars to anything that will help you get there faster. Find that help, okay? And when you find that help, figure out a way to help them. Reciprocity will kick in. You help them, and then they're going to want to help you. All right. A is for action. Yeah, this is the one where most people stumble and fall. You got to take action. What do I sign off with every single episode? Think successfully and take action. Thinking successfully is good. It makes you feel better, but it doesn't get you anywhere. I can think successfully about being a great basketball player, but guess what? It's never going to get me on an NBA court. I can probably take action about being an NBA player, and it's still not going to get me on an NBA court, but you get my meaning. Anyway, moving on. So, action. Take action. Every time you make a decision, take some action towards that decision. Make that a habit. Okay? Next is review. So after you take that action, you're going to get a result. And what are you going to do with that result? You're going to review it. Not all the results are going to be what you expected them to be. And you're going to need to maybe review those and go, I did this. I got that. Is that good? Is that bad? Is that closer to my goal? Is it further away? Am I headed towards the goal but a little off to the left? I need to pull it right. Is it a little off to the right? I need to pull it left. Did I go completely the other way? Let's not try that again. Let's try something entirely new. Because, ladies and gentlemen, what is the definition of insanity? To keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. That doesn't work. So, you got choose, you got help, you got action, you got review. Now it's time. Okay? Protect your time. And then think about the law of gestation. This is one of the weird ones. Slow down to get more done. What did he just say? Yeah, I told you. Slow down to get more done. How many times have you been running around the house? I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to do that, and you start washing the dishes, and you're hurrying the dishes, and something happens, and you think, hold on a second, I'll let these soak for a minute. I'll go over here into this room, and I need to dust this down here, and I'll start rearranging this over here. And when you're up there, you see something across the room, you go, I need to go back and rearrange the bookshelves. And in the meantime, nothing at that point is completed. You got lots of things going on. You got lots of balls being juggled in the air. But nothing's being done. Nothing's getting done to completion. If you have 10 goals and you do a little bit on each one for a long, long time and not one of them gets done, you haven't reached anything. If you have 10 businesses you're trying to start and you don't even get one of them completed, you have zero revenue coming in. Now, if you get one completed, you go take that one all the way from beginning to end. Now you have a little bit of revenue coming in, you move on to the second one while the other one's revenue keeps coming in. I'm just saying. And then the last T is tenacity. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to take some guts. It's going to take some tenacity. You're going to have to look at it square in the face and say, you know what? I'm coming after you. You're mine. Get ready. Be like Muhammad Ali across the ring looking at that guy. Oh, yeah. Float like a butterfly. Sting like a bee. I'm coming after you. You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? You guys got to go after it. Have that tenacity. I'm sounding really goofy today, but like I said, this stuff is great stuff, and the energy just starts bubbling through me. I actually have to wind it back down here for a second. Now, as a bonus, I want to share with you what I call my milieu check. Right? This is that the check. You're looking at that terrain, you're looking at that goal, and you want to kind of do a gut check of everything because it may seem like a really good goal, but under the surface, it's not really your goal. So what questions could you ask yourself where you can ensure, yep, this is all good for me, or it's more good than bad, or it's more good than not good, maybe not necessarily bad. It's going to do more positive things than neutral or negative things. How about that? Okay, so there's 14 questions you're going to ask. All right, you don't want to replay this one a couple of times. Grab your pen. Go ahead, I'll wait. Got it? If not, you can just push pause or rewind and come back. So, question number 1. Will accomplish, and all these kind of start with, will accomplishing this goal and then make me happier is number 1. Yeah, will accomplishing this goal make you happier? If not, I would say let's not do that. I'm just going to go through these questions. Will accomplishing this goal make you happier? Will it make you healthier? Yeah, would becoming the director of a business because you've got to do everything and bust all those hours, but your health starts to falter? Is that what you want? I'm not judging, just asking, okay? Will accomplishing this goal give you more friends? Will it give you more peace of mind? Will accomplishing the goal that you're thinking about improve your relationships? If you give up key relationships in your life for a single goal, you might want to reevaluate the goal, or maybe reevaluate the relationships. I don't know. I'm just asking. Okay. Will accomplishing the goal increase your hope for tomorrow? I want your goal to be positive. I want it to make you smile. I want it to make you pop up out of bed and say, "Oh man, I'm ready to take the first step. My knee is bouncing. I'm ready to go right now." Okay. Will accomplishing this goal make me feel more self-assured? If working towards a goal is making you feel bad about yourself, there is something wrong with that goal. All right? Will accomplishing this goal make me more financially secure? You know what? It ain't all about the money. I've had money, and like Zig says, and I haven't had money, and trust me, I have been on both sides of that fence. I would much rather have some money. That's all there is to it. It's a whole lot easier to get along life. You put a decent house over your roof over your head, have a decent car to drive around, maybe even get to go to Disney World every once in a while. Okay? It's a lot easier. Just saying. All right, so the next few questions are, is this really my goal? There are a lot of people in your world that are going to set goals for you. Your boss, your spouse, your kids, your parents, your friends, right? So sit there and truly answer the question, is this really my goal? Okay, now here's a biggie. Can you see yourself reaching the goal? If the answer is no, maybe you need to slide this goal onto the other side. Just slide off to the side for a little bit, right? Last 3. When I reach this goal, is my life going to be in balance? This comes back to that happier and healthier thing. If you can reach the goal and still keep your relationships and your finances and your health and your spirituality, whatever that means to you, in balance and in check, man, then you're headed towards a good goal. Okay? Is this goal consistent with your values? Remember we talked about values the other day. With your values and any other goals that you have along your success atlas. If this goal is pulling you away from your values or pulling you away from any other major goal in your life, then you need to evaluate whether you want to take on this goal right now. And the last one, will the work that you're going to need to do, with the tasks you're going to need to accomplish on this goal, be morally right and completely fair to everyone involved? I do not want you to go out there and cheat and steal and stomp on people and walk all over people and use anybody in your who on to crew. Don't do that, because you may reach your goal, but I think it's going to be empty, really. You may get the nice house, you may get the nice job, but once you're there, it's like, is this it? And that's just my personal opinion. All right. So go through that CHARTT process for setting your goal, and then go through those 14 questions. And if you answer no to any of those, I would have you take an honest look inside your heart and say, should I really work on this goal right now? And you have to answer yourself. I'm not judging, right? This is all about you. It's your world. I can't motivate you. Only you can motivate you. I can give you the tips. I can give you the techniques. I can give you the little giggly laughs and the silliness to help move you along. But only you can do it. So there it is for you. The CHARTT process, 14 questions, get you moving along. We got some more coming up the rest of the week. We'll keep it a secret. I'm not gonna let you know. Why not? Come on in tomorrow and let's find out what's going on. Huh? What do you say? In the meantime, I'll sign off like I always do. Think successfully and take action.